Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Outlaw Nation. I am the Outlaw John Rocha, and thanks so much for clicking play on this reaction video for episode 4 of The Acolyte. Before we dive in, just want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel down below. Love to get you subscribing to the content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Star Wars content, entertainment content, geek content, all the stuff happening here on the channel. But when last we left episode 3, we were on Brendock. We went all the way back 16 years ago to see what happened with May and Osha and their coven of witches there and what happened to them and the fire there at the end. Now, we don't know who set the fire. I made a very big deal about pointing that out if you watched my reaction video for episode 3, that May is accused of setting it, and certainly Sol has said she set it, but there's also stuff that's going on behind the scenes these 4 Jedi were involved with, and we're probably going to confront Kel Naka. May is going to confront Kel Naka in this episode. There was something that all 4 of them were involved with that May is meting out justice for. Now, we saw at the end of episode 2 that May knows now that Osha is alive. Osha now knows that May is alive from episode 1. And when they saw each other, Osha purposely missed May and essentially giving her the chance to escape. So why is May going to go through with this still? Is she so committed with becoming what feels like the rule of 2, becoming an apprentice to the Sith? Is she to that Sith person? Is she more committed to that than she is to figuring out the things with her sister? And certainly we've seen moments where they've tried to show May having a little bit of, there's like possibilities with May to be redeemed. She isn't full on evil. Although when we saw her in the last episode as a young child, clearly she has the tendency to go in that direction. Even Osha calls her out at a young age, both of them, when she says, why do you do that kind of stuff? And so we see very clearly that she defends her people, defends her mom, cares about this coven that they were raised in. And I compared it to a cult, and I didn't mean it as a negative way. I just meant like pulled away from society, creating their own society far away from the main society. And that's what cults usually do. So she was very much raised in the cult and wants to defend the cult. And certainly when she had the ascension, she committed to defending her mother and defending the cult. If anything happens to her mother, it was very a little bit of foreshadowing there when she said, if I die or anything like that, you'll be defending me. Osha less so, right? I guess, or yes, I do. So you saw that she had issues, but didn't quite go to the ascension. Told the truth and was taken by the Jedi, but of course by Sol. But at the end there, when he saved her from the fire and the destruction there, but we don't know who said it, so that's going to be a question going forward. And also, I think the last episode, made us ask questions about the Jedi taking children from their family and what have you. Are they doing that so they can just keep their numbers high to maintain control, or are they really doing it from an altruistic place? So I like that there were questions about that coming out of episode 3. So I imagine we're going back to the main storyline now after a massive 42-minute episode that was a flashback there, which, Star Wars didn't used to do flashbacks. Now we're seeing them more and more as we go forward here with the new version of Star Wars over the last few years. But anyway, that's enough of the talk for me. Let's see what happens here. We got Chiram, we've got, Chimera rather, we've got May, we've got Osha involved in all this, Sol, Jecki, and Yord, the great Yord. Shout out to the Yord Horde there. So we'll see what this all leads to here in this 4th episode of The Acolyte. So let's not waste any more time, and let's take a look at this 4th episode here. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then we'll start. And this will be a minute into, so this will be past the previously on, and we're starting with the logo. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, I like this opening score here. And shout out to Michael Abels, who I think Abels has been doing a wonderful job here. All right, we're on Kofar. So this is where Kel Naka is. Of course, we were introduced to him at the end of the 2nd episode, which if you watched our spoiler review on the Geek Buddy, Shannon was not happy about. So that was very funny. Yeah. So clearly this is some kind of, the designs. Oh, wow. Those are the designs that were on the mother there and May. Interesting. What's he making? Just food? Oh, yeah. So clearly these designs are connected in some way with Kel Naka, or he's tortured by the signs, by those marks of what they mean. All right, back to Coruscant.
Keep each movement tight, yet subtle.
Who's this master? A ginger master. I gotta love it. Yeah, I'm sure Osha having flashbacks.
I mean, you must be curious after all this time.
May is the Jedi's problem now.
Wow, May's the Jedi's problem. Interesting. Should we just pawn her sister off on the Jedi?
Did you say goodbye to him?
I've caused him enough trouble.
Interesting. I like their chemistry. I wish we had more interaction so we could invest in the fact that it's sad that they're leaving each other. But this has been a little bit of a mini complaint for me on the show, is that there's not enough time with these characters to develop their relationships so that we can feel the emotional beats of it, other than May and Osha, of course, and Sol and Osha. But all the other characters, I would like some more time with them. All right, so here we're back on Kofar. Here's May and Chimere.
Oh, but you have.
Yes, I have.
So a lot of people think this guy is actually the Sith Lord, that it's Chimere. Is he this bumbling fool to throw people off the scent? It is very reminiscent of Moriarty and Sherlock. Is that what's going on here?
Let's get going.
Okay. Follow me.
Why is he so invested in the deal? That's just interesting. Like, he's the one that keeps like pushing her and understanding her and playing her. So what's his role in all of this? Is he really the Sith or Lord or whatever it was, Sith person? Or is he something else? Is he invested in the deal so that he can get out of some kind of commitment that he's made to the Sith? Oh, here we go. The Jedi Council. Uh-oh. Let's have some conversations.
But weak. Her emotions guide her actions in combat.
Yet there is.
Is that Kiri Amundi?
We must alert the High Council.
The High Council would be obliged to inform the Senate.
Is this Kiaramundi or is this just a Syrian male? I don't know.
And if she doesn't come peacefully?
Not expecting it to come to that. This meeting is adjourned.
Wow. Vernestra just drops the hammer and moves on.
But I saw her fall. No one could have survived that.
It's a little flimsy. No one could have survived that.
Do we have something she wants?
Wow. Is Sol offering the reconnection with Osha? Is he going to try and convince her to go after May? Wow.
She seemed really fond of that one Jedi Master. What was his name again? Soul?
He's playing her. But I don't know what he's playing her for, though. I mean, like, honestly, I think it's too obvious that he'd be the Sith because, like, everyone seems to have guessed it from the beginning, and that would suck if that's such an easy guess, unless that's on purpose and Leslye wanted you to guess it, and then she's leading to something bigger down the road. So, you know, we'll see.
Maybe you met.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would do that if I had the tools, Pit, but I don't have those, all right?
Osha!
Sol is super intense in this episode, man.
You want me to rejoin the Jedi?
Well, not official.
Not rejoin the Jedi.
I know you don't either. There is still good in her.
Oh, the redemption thing.
But she is still your family.
This is so manipulative to play on her feelings for her. She's clearly saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But he's not taking no for an answer.
That civilian robe.
The order station Master Kanaka on Kofar, but
I guess that's the civilian robe. Oh, gotta have a cute little creature interaction, don't we? It's not Star Wars without it.
No, very comprehensive briefing, Yord.
Yeah, again, these are the shifts in tone that I have a problem with. These moments where like, hey, let's be playful. And like this person is killing Master Jedi all over the galaxy. And you want to have little lighthearted moments. And so I guess, and that to me removes the stakes. It kind of undercuts the stakes. I'm not saying you can't have humor with intense drama, of course. But there's a certain kind of humor that works with intense drama, intense stakes. It's to alleviate the tension rather than having funny interactions or cute interactions. It's just a smashing together of tones for me that isn't organically working. For me, some of you may love it. So again, it's for me.
Well, it's actually the property of the Jedi Order, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist that you hand it over.
Come and take it, Yord.
Ventured off into the forest and never came back.
Oh, I love that shot. That's such a great shot. This Jedi crew. So this is a bigger crew than he had going after May the first time. So clearly they sense a real threat to her.
How do we
Love
find
that
him?
shot.
We have a tracker.
Oh, Basil. Is that some sort of badger? I don't know. I don't know my animals that well sometimes. So, Basil the badger.
And she doesn't listen to me. You need to stop her.
Oh
I
wow,
won't be able to do it.
she's putting it on him.
I can't hesitate a second time.
Oh, so she did hesitate.
Known you since we were younglings,
So she didn't miss on purpose. Interesting.
but maybe he brought you here to face yourself. We need to catch up.
Look at that. Yord dropping wisdom. All you guys hating on Yord. Now what? He dropped a really sweet bit of wisdom there on her that was caring and sympathetic and understanding. Hashtag Yord Horde, y'all. Love this design. Love this set design. Where they're going through. Really enjoying this look and the feel of the worlds that they're creating on these separate planets. Oh wow, look at those trees. So the question becomes, are they going to run into each other? Because, I mean, it seems like May and Chimera have had a hell of a head start, so.
And we don't want to know what lives out here.
Wow. Ooh, what's in those things? Of course, Osha. Osha, ever the inquisitive, ever the curious, ever the fuck with stuff. Osha, what are you doing? Yeah, see, why isn't there time for Osha and Jackie to have back and forths and conversations and so we can develop their friendship a bit more? You know, I feel like that's... Oh, boy. Oh, man, I hate insects and insect-like creatures. Oh, shit. Thing can fly. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. It's like a killer moth. Ooh. Oh! Nice light blue saber there from Soul. First time using it. Guy looks like Mo Salah for those of you who are Liverpool fans. You know what I'm talking about.
I was able to sense that creature.
Ooh.
We're not defined by what we lose. We're defined by what we survive. You've survived a lot.
Ah, great back and forth. Give me more of this with Jackie and Osha. So yeah, exactly what he's asking for. There's the scene. I would love to have more of that.
Only 10 minutes south of here. We're just gonna make it.
How does he know where Kelnak is? Like, he seems to know.
I'd like to rest for a minute, if that's all right with you.
It's not, but okay.
What is this guy's? We gotta find out what's going on here, man.
The Jedi stands for. How do you kill someone like that? Unarmed.
It's quizzical because she killed a Jedi unarmed with the poison. The Jedi was not armed. I guess she was armed with poison. Now, if he disappears and this Sith person appears, then we'll know what's up. But like, what does she sense? I mean, she said she needed rest, and now she's...
I swear we need a tracker just to track our tracker.
See, that's how you slide in humor to break the tension a little bit.
We've lost Basil.
Oh! Is that May? Oh! Oh. So do we still think he's a Sith person, everybody?
Osha being alive changes everything. My
What?
loyalty's to Osha, not your master.
What are you doing?
All of a sudden, she's changed her mind?
I'll have to admit it. I did need you.
Hey!
This is... all of a sudden, she decides she wants to turn herself in? There's no, like, moment where she's had a conversation with herself. There's no interaction. There's no... I know some of you are like, well, do we have to see it? No, but, like, that's the narrative structure of things, is that you connect to the character and the character questions themselves. The character has a moment, something happens, and they realize.
Once we get May safely to the ship, I'll explain everything.
What's to explain? Ooh, that's an interesting element to the mystery. Oh, she stumbles upon Kelnak. Oh, no, she's right. She's going to surrender herself to him. What are those things? Oh, There's Basil.
Hey, little buddy.
So she's nice now?
Osha, stay behind us.
So the question becomes, like, is May going to want to surrender herself and they're not going to want to let her? Oh, no. Is he dead already? Oh, no. Or is he asleep? Oh! Whoa! Isn't that a lightsaber?
He's here.
Oh. Okay. Shit. So what does that mean? So is Chimera the Sith? Oh, man.
And the Order of the Jedi. Anyone inside that domicile?
So it looks like she killed him. So she's essentially been framed. He's going to send Jecki in? Or he's going to send Ocean? Oh, boy. It looks like he's going to send Ocean. Or is the Sith... Oh, yeah. So, okay. So clearly, now it seems very clear that Chimera is...
What is that?
Or at least... Or maybe it's, once again, another red herring.
Identify yourself.
And they wouldn't know what this is, would they?
Stand down.
Why aren't they attacking? Why are they just standing there letting this thing approach Osha? Oh, man, what a scary helmet. Oh! Oh, here we go. Here's a scene from the trailer. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, that's... Oh, son of a... Oh man, Leslye and these abrupt endings, man. It didn't bother me in the first couple episodes, and certainly there wasn't any of that in the last episode. It was more like a Lord of the Rings with multiple endings, but oh man, this one a little frustrating. I'm not going to deny. All right, so I like the episode. Again, I think it's good Star Wars. My complaints are that I would like more with these characters. You guys know how I am. I like to have more with these characters because then we establish relationships a little more firmly and we feel the emotional beats of these relationships a bit more organically, and we sense them. We connect with them. Some of you may like the way it's being done, and I totally respect that. No judgment. For me, I would like a little bit more in what's happening here, but certainly there are questions here with Sol. I mean, Sol was so aggressive here, lobbying Vernestra to let him go on this mission, just like he did in the first episode to go after Osha, now going after May. And of course, he did a second time to go after May in the second episode. So here he is again, and he's bringing Osha to the situation. Why is he trying to force Osha to face her past? I know he's using her in a way to try to stop May. There's a bigger picture type of situation here because the master above May, obviously, who's controlling May or influencing May to do these things. So, okay, that's the question, so you have to wonder why. And he says, well, I'm getting you to confront your past, and then I can tell you more about it when it's all over. And it's like, well, what does that mean? Why can't you tell her the truth now? So Jedi withholding information, these 4 Jedi apparently did the things that they did. But the disappointing nature of this, again, we're introduced to a Wookiee Jedi, and the Wookiee Jedi gets to destroy a weapon in the second episode. We see him walking through his stuff. We see the markings, and then he's dead. So that's a bit of a disappointment, to be honest with you. And again, I don't want to come out and destroy this thing, but I have to be honest with my feelings here. There are some things that I liked. I liked some of the Alex Garcia Lopez did a nice job with the direction here. Some of the shots here, cinematography wise, were gorgeous to see. All these Jedi coming together, some great shots there. But there are a couple of disappointing moments storyline wise in this particular episode. One is the death of Kel Naka. We don't even get to see him in action. We don't get to see him fight. This big buildup for a live action Wookiee and Jedi Wookiee rather, and nothing happens here. So pretty surprising on that end. We don't even hear the fight. I mean, that would have been fun to see his death in some way. And maybe I don't know if they'll do a flashback or whatever to what happened again on Brendok. Maybe he'll get an action sequence. I don't know, but a bit disappointing. And also May all of a sudden deciding she doesn't need Chimera and she doesn't need to do any of this. She doesn't need all of that. It came out of nowhere. And so, you've got to build to those moments. Now, don't bring your reality into narrative storytelling, because narrative storytelling has to build to certain things so that we buy the change, we buy the switch, and nothing has led us to the switch. Nothing. Like there's no kind of, why was she's alive? Should I still be doing this? I don't know. There was no internal questioning. There was no external questioning. And then only at that moment when she's sitting there and she stands up and Chimere's left, and then we wipe away to something else, we come back, she's decided that she's done with it all. So, there should have been something to give us an idea of the build to where she's questioning things. And yeah, she said a couple of things, but it wasn't really explored. And I think to validate a change, you have to explore these things a little bit more. So those are my concerns. But it was great to see Lee Jung-jae like even more deeper into Soul, frustrated. So the build here of his character over the last few episodes, becoming more and more aggressive, more and more determined, from the more laid back approach in the first episode to now he's much more like, we got to do this. This has to be done. You have to let me do this. And Osha, you got to come with me because you got to confront your past. We got to put this to bed. And he's kind of forcing this to happen rather than letting it happen naturally for Osha. And look, it may have never happened for Osha confronting her past, confronting stuff with May, if Soul wasn't the one trying to make it happen. But then again, we're all allowed to go at our own pace, I would imagine, in how we deal with trauma, especially family trauma like that. So an interesting conundrum as you're watching these episodes and what have you. Great to see Jackie. Love Dafne. Please give her more to do. We get 4 episodes left. Can I have more than just training and more than just conversations? Can I have her actually fight? I hope we see more of that. And great to see Yord getting a human moment here, or for lack of a better term, a human moment there in his interactions with Osha, even though initially he's like, give me that blaster or whatever. Later, that thing where he's counseling her is really a human, powerful moment. I know he's counseling her to confront her trauma, but it's from a much more understanding place, and so I liked that interaction there as well. And the council, though, the council, that's an interesting thing with the council, and what does that all mean? And is this going to lead back to, are they hiding something, I guess? And I sense they're hiding something, and Vernestra may be a part of this, which I think some High Republic people might be upset about if there are some, questionable decisions by Vernestra here, because people love that character so much. So interesting roads that Leslye Headland is walking with this series. So we'll see what that leads to, because certainly coming in, dropping bombs and then walking on out, ending the meeting on your terms does not sound to me like this is a council. It's more like, I'm saying what's going on and I'm out. And so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit and made me feel like something bigger is coming to be revealed. So, all right, but that's my overall thoughts here. Love the score. Again, Matthew Abel's doing a wonderful job. I liked a lot of the music cues throughout. I like the creatures. As I pointed out already, that humor moment with Basil, a little weird, but Basil as a character going forward that we saw in other scenes, I kind of like that. So I want to see more with Basil down the road as well. Well, what did you think of this one? Did you enjoy this one? Did it work for you? Do you have the questions I have? Did it not work for you? Did you have issues with some of the stuff that was presented? Let me know down in the comment section below. Or did you like everything and I'm being too much of am I judging it too harshly? Am I not being more understanding about the situation? I'm open to all of it. Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit a like on this video, share it on your social media. And if any of you have Easter eggs, let me know the Easter eggs down there for me and for other people who watch these reaction videos and read the comments. Let us know what Easter eggs you found. Because again, I'm watching this like 2 weeks before the episode actually comes out, so I don't know all the Easter eggs just yet. So if you spotted some stuff as a big High Republic person or a big person into the Star Wars lore, let me know down in the comment section below what you caught there. Would appreciate it. All right, thanks so much for watching this. Please hit a like on the video, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel down below, please. Trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Would love to have you guys come aboard. And if you want to support everything we got going on, we have the Patreon, patreon.com/John Rocha. Go and select a tier that works for you and benefits that work for you as you support everything we do here on the channel. All right, thanks so much. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Come back and join me for episode 5 reaction video. And don't forget, we're doing spoiler reviews of every episode on the Geek Buddies and the Jedi Way going forward for the next few weeks until this is over. And until then, take care of yourselves, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.